Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back to another episode of Orphans of the American Dream. We are in the end game, y'all. This is close to end stuff.
We had our Infinity War, and now we're in the end game.
Yep. Where's Doctor Strange when you need him?
War. We had our Infinity War. We thankfully didn't have an Age of Ultron. Thank goodness.
No, there wasn't a four-legged, two-legged, or three-legged mech. Otherwise, that would have been our Age of Ultron. Hey, David, we just started.
Okay.
We just went live. So last we left off, everybody was fighting the beast, the monster, and Caleb and David are the ones fighting that guy right now in the other room, basically. And we're going to open up with Jared, though, who is on the other side with the other NPC characters that aren't dead. And if you missed last session...
Did you switch all your stuff back to defensive so we can actually win this fight now?
I won't be able to be involved in that fight anyway.
No, Jared's out of the fight.
There's a huge steel door between you and me regardless.
Okay.
So we're going to open up with the flashback, though. So, Jared, we get a shot of you. And are you kind of finishing up the fight? Maybe. Probably have did you have two katanas at the time or just one?
It was always two.
It was always two.
Yeah.
But you have two right now as well, or just one? In real life, like in present day?
Like real time, present day, yeah, I have two.
You have two. Okay, that's good to know. So yeah, you have your katanas.
Back in the mercenary days, I remember it was a katana and an AA-12 shotgun.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Before I realized I could just min-max into swords. Who needs a gun?
Yeah. So maybe it's just you and like your like closest buddy left. And maybe you're like shooting your AA-12, and there's like you're in a building, and there's like soldiers on this like railing above you, and there's soldiers around you, or probably just like thugs, right? And you're like shooting up at the railing, just like blowing people away, just like destroying the railing with your AA-12, and then
and someone pops through the doorway, takes aim at my buddy, and then the gun jams.
Okay.
And he dies. And that's why I always use a sword.
Whoa.
It's so unreliable.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. So you're doing that, you're holding it down, and let's say you like just reload. I think, does an AA-12 just have like a clip?
In my mind, it's a drum-fed one, because why would you not do a drum-fed one?
Okay, sure. So let's say you just like reload the drum, and then you like turn and like fire a couple of shots, and then somebody opens up the door, and so it's like you didn't run out of ammo, like you were safe on that round, and then they opened up the door, and it just jams. That way, you can't blame yourself for like running out of ammo or something like that. The gun just jammed. And I think the guy like braces himself for a second, and then like gets a big smile on his face, and then just like takes a couple of shots at you probably, and like you duck, and then takes shot at your buddy, and just so many bullet holes in his body, and he just like falls over and is just instantly dead.
Uh-oh. No, random NPC. You were my favorite.
Is that what you say?
No.
But so I'm assuming you just pull out both your katanas and go on a rampage, right? Just like charge people. Yeah. So I think we like just get a scene of like, there's just a few guys left, and you just like, no music, no nothing. You just run over and just like slice that one guy to pieces, and like are just doing like Batman style, like close quarters combat, just like hiding behind something and then just like running over, grabbing the gun, or like cutting off his hand or something like that with the gun in his hand, and then just like slicing him up. And then I think everybody's dead at one point, and you probably like frenzy look around, like who's left, and like nobody else comes.
Mm-hmm. I'd probably go check to see if anyone from my mercenary group is still kicking.
So you look around, and like every person you come to is just like mangled and like no bueno. Yeah. It's a dark, bloody scene. What does Jared do after your last buddy? You come up to like your last buddy, who is your closest buddy, and there's just so many bullet holes in him.
Mm-hmm. He sighs, and then he gets like the 1,000-yard stare for like a moment or two, and just shakes it off and walks out, probably limping from various bullet hole wounds.
Yep. So I think then we cut to like you in the town where you like took the bounty as the mercenary group that you were in, and like probably just walk in alone to recover the bounty. And you like walk inside this door, and we see this guy like standing and talking with a couple of people, and he like steps away, and he's like, I thought weren't there more of you? Just like super insensitive about it.
There were.
Well, I guess more money for you. Like, assuming you don't care about these guys at all.
Mm-hmm.
And just
for some people, that's the best case scenario.
Right. Yep. So I think he just hands you like whatever you had agreed upon.
10 gold doubloons.
And like sends you on your way, basically. Do you like ask him if he's got any other jobs? Just like, what else do I do?
Yeah.
I'm thinking like you look at the whatever you received, and you're like super empty about it. Yeah. Yep. And he is like, nope. Sorry, friend. But I've heard that Janesville has a large what did we call them? It wasn't a mercenary group that they were.
I thought it was Bloomington they were in.
No. The Reapers.
Gang,
Reapers are in Janesville. Oh yeah, the gang. There's a large gang that has taken over the city of Janesville. Have you heard of it? It's definitely along your run of work. Definitely another suicide mission.
What are they? Some cliche, the Reapers or whatever.
The Reapers, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hey, may as well. Is there a bounty?
Yeah, and it's fitting for how difficult the job is. But are you sure you want to take it alone?
And I like motion behind me. I'm like, well, don't have much of a choice, and then I walk out because I'm done with him because he's not going to be paying me for the next one.
Yep. So maybe we get a shot of like you driving to Janesville and like passing the Janesville sign or whatever, and like there's like a rundown shack you like spend the night in, and you like find like a bottle of booze in the cupboard or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do with it?
Based on where he's at right now, with everyone dying, he'd probably pound it.
And I'm assuming we just get
his stuff ready for like the stereotypical like movie cutscene, like getting ready for the like the final showdown.
Yep. So, and it's kind of like this is where I die kind of a scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's it. And then I think you hear like a motorcycle go by, and you like look out the window, and it's David passing by on a motorcycle, and you're like, no way.
I do like a
And then
triple take, and I'm like,
yeah.
I must be really drunk. And then he just whips the bottle against the wall and heads out.
Sweet. That's awesome. Yeah. So then, as soon as you close the door, we cut back over to present day, and Lynn is bleeding. Like, or not bleeding. She's not bleeding. She's fine. But she's like leaning against you, and she's covered in Becky's blood. And as you look down the hallway here, there's other people's blood. Just
about how many people's blood do I guess that is?
I think it was 2, but who knows?
I swore it was 3.
It was including Becky, but Becky's blood was in here.
Oh, okay.
So it's pooling. So you could say her blood is pooling into the hallway here.
Can we get a death recount?
Yeah, as to everybody who's dead.
Yeah.
I kept a note for that because I knew this was going to happen.
I know most of it is just like when you did 3 of them in a row. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Well.
So last session, Ryan stayed behind upstairs. Actually, Emily got shot in the face last session. Ryan stayed behind upstairs to shut down the elevator. And then Becky got eaten, Gabby got eaten, and then Adam got popped.
You get juiced.
Yep.
We don't know Ryan's dead. He could still be alive.
So I think, and then it's who is it? Mr. Lang and Alyssa, who are right here, right? And they're like watching through the like window in the door, and they're like watching the beast as the beast like smashes through the door and just like charges out toward Caleb and David. And I think Mr. Lang is like, okay, Alyssa, see if we can get the door open. And Alyssa tries to like push the button and nothing happens. And
there's like nerve gas in that room, so they probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I probably point that out. I'm like, yeah, you probably don't want to go in there.
So you like call out from the end of the hallway, like, that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know there's nerve gas. Oh no, you knew that was the plan.
That was the plan.
Yeah. So I think Mr. Lang is like, so what? We just let him die?
David's there. They'll be fine. We have a mission to complete.
He kind of like him and Alyssa like give each other a glance.
And I'm not going to lose anyone else. So let's get out of here.
And I think they both kind of like look at the hallway and are just like dreading the walk back to you. But they do it. And they make their way to the end of the hallway there.
I mean, I guess we just cut to where we go. Then side cut to David and Caleb.
So you just start like walking down the hallway?
Yeah. I mean, my goal would be to try and find the scientists whose names I definitely remember right now.
So you start walking down the hallway and you hear a gunshot.
From where?
From the end of the hallway in this room here.
Oh, sorry, I got your beautiful face covering. Just a second.
So at the end of this hallway here, you hear a gunshot from this room.
Okay. I'd probably hand
Lynn over
to Lang and Alyssa, and I'd charge down there.
Okay, so you charge down here and you open the door, and the song "Creep" starts playing from the Parasite soundtrack that I sent you guys earlier.
I was definitely thinking you were talking about I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo.
Yeah, there's somebody inside just playing karaoke.
I was
And
like,
we see somebody
odd
shooting
choice.
at another Goliath.
No, so you walk in and another gunshot rings out, and you see Mark standing there with a gun, and Helen's body falls to the floor
I hate you. Nope.
on top of
Athletics check.
Clarence.
Athletics check, baby. I said I booked it. Come on, Connor.
Okay. One,
Connor,
2,
it's time.
3. That is a 8, 10 difficulty athletics check.
Connor, I think it's time. Is it time or is it not time?
It's time if you can complete a difficulty 10 athletics check.
Oh, that's impossible.
Because you were here, and then we've got 1 zone, 2 zones, 3 zones, 4 zones, and then 5 zones.
Oof. Yeah, I that is actually literally impossible.
Even with fate points and stuff, if you got a +4.
Oh, okay. If I rolled a +4 and used my fate point, I could do it. But yeah, I only have the 1 fate point.
If you want to try it, I'll say that you can do it for a +8, because technically speaking,
Oh, you know what?
they could be in one of these rooms, one of these side things here, but or like could be in the entranceway.
I succeed with a thing.
Major cost.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll take the damage.
You're gonna take the damage.
I mean, is that not what that would entail, or?
Yes, but Jared, none of your consequences have gone away.
It's also Mark, so he might not even do any damage to me.
I think you're mixing Mark and Matthew up.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Matthew
Mark
is the talker. Mark is like the pilot
soldier
guy.
Oh, this is the gun guy?
Yes.
No, well, the gun guy's dead. This is the pilot guy, but I think he's also a gun guy.
Oh.
I think John was the actual not John, sorry. Luke, right? Luke, I think was the proper gun guy, the guy with the acid. He had +7 or something. But
yes, but Mark was also the guy who had the stunt, Jared. To get a +4 to shooting against your shields or armor, the armor piercing rounds. That was Mark. Gotcha. So he's also the sniper.
Oh, dude, I don't know what to do. Guys, what should I do?
You should kill him.
Well, should I let Helen die, or should I take?
I mean, there's 2 scientists, right?
No.
Wow. Helen. Clarence is already dead. That was the first gunshot.
The first shot was.
Oh.
Yeah, we need her. So whatever you got to do, my dude.
I would recommend against taking this shot, Jared. You only have your mild and moderate consequences open.
And I don't think this was the time that you were going to set up. I don't think that was the time. Was it? Was that the time, Connor?
That I have multiple times that are possible in my head, but you can do it now if you want to and try to succeed.
Does Helen not get to make a roll to stall him?
No.
Okay. Oh, dude. Do you guys think it's worth using my once per finale stunt right here?
I mean, that depends on what it does.
I could potentially save her with it. I will say that.
I don't know how we finish the mission without her. Right? Like,
I mean, I got an idea, but
what's your idea, David?
Well, we'll get there if it comes to it, but probably not a good idea.
I mean,
Okay.
I think we'll just go with it. I mean, you narrated it happen, so we'll go with it.
Okay.
And I mean, I assume since he's like in the process of shooting her, well, when I come in, do I get a surprise round?
Um, no, you can just, I mean, you going first and also you getting a surprise round would end up the same way because he has a way higher notice than you. But I don't think it totally makes sense because you had to book it all the way down here to get in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to narrate one more detail. Caleb, can you pull up something that looks like a mark for me?
That looks like a mark?
Yeah. Just some sort of like soldier sniper guy, like a token.
Yeah.
For me. Liz is also in this room and has been like hurt and pushed to the ground. And so she's like just was sitting up basically, like probably clutching her arm and like screams out as Helen is shot. So that this explains where Liz was last session.
Mm-hmm.
I demand a stealth and notice roll
For
her having been shot. For him having found her to shoot her, I guess. I mean,
it's not like a consequence thing. It's just
I'm just kidding.
Okay. like if you want to play out more combat scenes. No, I'm just kidding. Jared, while you think of what you want to do there, we'll cut over to David and Caleb.
All right. Well, GG boys, we dead.
So monster smashes down the door, right? And you two are standing right there. Problem with this is you guys also have to make a physique 5 or no, a will 5 save in order to not be hurt with the gas as well.
Well, I mean, I don't imagine the gas would just like shoot out of there like a rocket, and we know there's gas in there. So if you knock the door down, I imagine we'd probably be like, okay, time to leave. Gas doesn't just, it's not like it's the room isn't pressurized. So I don't know why it would fill our zone immediately. You know what I mean?
Sure.
How about we do, I imagine if we stay here, it'll.
How about we do a will 3 save for the fact that you have a little bit more of a heads up than he did.
Why a will? And why?
Because that's what he did to make the save for the toxin.
Right, didn't we just argue that we don't have to make it at all? Like it's not in our square yet. It's not in our zone. I think that a door opening and a gas like starting to leak out still should require a save on your part for the fact that like
a notice
like
maybe
there should be something here besides just like moving a zone, because then we would have to like keep track of how many zones you guys move away and how fast the gas travels per zone or whatever before it dissipates.
I mean, I assume it would probably just fill that first zone like by next turn, and then I don't know if it would spread.
You guys also did a much more concentrated version than the one that you guys got hit by.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so what did you say the save was? Or the, not save, but difficulty?
I think difficulty 3, because you guys know it's coming.
Yeah. I am still terrible. Well, actually, that's not true. I'm okay at will. Well.
Wait, what? Oh, I got a -1. That's all.
Oh no.
Do we
Okay,
still
well,
have any
it's
good...
time to spend your fate points.
Oh, I should have 2, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving you one right now. Oh,
I didn't. I gave myself one. There you
oh, jeez. I didn't realize your guys' wills were so low.
It's
I'm
a
glad
plus
it
2.
wasn't a
regular
5.
characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have a +8 to anything. Sorry.
Yep.
Not as a normal stat. Yeah. I don't know if I have anything that makes sense for being able to withstand toxins.
Can I it would be succeeded at major cost, man. Dang.
Well, because this is it's not really a defense, I guess. No, it is a defense because you defend even if you're not being attacked, like an overcome or a.
Is this a defender and overcome? Well, the issue is, if it's just a defend, then it's just gonna give us stress.
Yep.
Well, no. So even if you're being targeted by I guess it would be by a creative advantage. I guess overcome. I don't know. I remember reading that defend is what you use for everything, even if you're not being attacked. Even if they're not using attack, you still use defend if someone's targeting you with anything.
But I don't think
so. This is
anyone
you targeting yourself.
Yeah, this is us accidentally targeting ourselves, right?
Well, no, it's the gas targeting us.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
The gas. I see what you're saying. Yeah. I don't know. It just seems weird because I assume, Connor, if we your assumption was if we filled the role, then we are also affected by the gas, and that's gonna do. What is that gonna do?
Don't know. Well, and that's the thing is this was so concentrated that you wanted him to be on a trip. Yeah, you guys had a much lower concentrated thing here. I mean, David, you have a free invoke on the other monster.
That's true. Yeah, I'll just use that then. If you let me. I can't remember. I think that was a boost.
No, that wasn't a boost.
What did I get
no, I think it was a boost.
Yeah, I don't think I rolled high enough ever to have gotten any kind of proper.
No. You did some sort of create an advantage or something like that to attract his attention, I thought. Because Jared was out of the fight.
You're right. Okay. Although even that could have been a boost still, but I don't remember. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Well, is there any reason why it's white instead of blue?
That's because I wrote it.
Yeah, he just did change the color.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, I think it might make sense to do defend and just have it be a will attack or whatever against us, because I don't think just breathing a little bit of it as it's poured through the door would actually just send us into apoplexy or whatever.
My thought was the door opens and you guys gasp.
I mean, if you get even one mouthful of mustard gas, you're pretty much down for the count.
I mean, yeah, and the other thing is that, I mean, this gas hasn't even done damage at all. It doesn't even hurt the guy that we did it to. It just makes him confused. So, I mean, my intention was for it to kill him, but that's sort of just not how it ended up working out mechanically. So I don't know if it just has the same effect on us, in which case we'll just die anyways, because he has mouths to an auto grab, and then he has an actual insta kill off of it. So it won't matter ultimately either way. Whether the gas kills us or we just stand there, it'll be the same.
No, what I'm saying though is if it just attacks us, then all that happened to me is I took one shift of damage, which I can very easily.
Right. But that's what I mean is it's not doing damage because it's.
Yeah. So what is it doing? We need to figure that out. To us specifically.
My thought was.
Well, okay. Is it just going to be the same effect as him? Because it was he has to make a will save every turn.
Right. But that's what I was saying. Yes. If he does that, then he will just grab one of us and auto kill us. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So what I mean is that it's ultimately not. Yeah. I mean.
Yeah. I get you.
Caleb, I think you can spend a fate point on.
Yeah, but I don't want to. This is awful. I need those for this, for anything else but this, right?
Yeah. Hey, there are some compels that could come your way.
That sounds worse. Yeah, I guess I have to though. Yeah, I'll just spend a fate point on Relentless Leader to get a 4.
Caleb, did you stealth in this room? You did, didn't you?
Yeah.
You had some stuff from stealth, I think.
Yeah, I think that was an aspect that I deleted. I think that was one of the aspects we hadn't realized.
Wait, what did you?
That still meant something. I don't remember what it said. I remember it being from a super long time ago.
I think you rolled twice, but I don't remember if it was.
I think
it was while you were waiting.
Was the perk the first time he snuck in.
No, yeah, I got a 6 on that last stealth.
It was while you were waiting.
It wasn't to create an advantage. It was an opposing for him when he comes in.
Yeah, that's what it was. I was literally obviously even if the gas got me, I don't think he could see me in this moment wherever I am in this hallway.
It's up to you, Caleb, of what you want to do. I would recommend spending a fate point if I were you, just because if you think about it, this isn't going to like go away because it's not going to go away for him either.
Yeah, but if I can get a free turn where it's not going to matter.
Free turn?
What I mean is, if I don't spend a fate point now, but he's not going to be able to find me anyway, I'm honestly maybe, and I get to make another will save next time,
but you'd have to make consecutive.
I think what's happening is you're right now. What's happening is you're trying not to breathe it in. If you do, then you're going to have to just keep doing this every turn. If you don't, you don't have to do it at all.
Remember, because that's what he has to do.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, that makes sense. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I'll spend the fate point on Relentless Leader then, and just don't breathe it in. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
So with all that being resolved, so then David, your turn.
Okay.
That was all Caleb's.
What?
I said we haven't even done David yet. That was all Caleb's.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't really much use in just shooting at him.
Well, yeah, that wasn't my turn, Jared. That was just us reacting to the gas.
Yeah,
now it's David's turn because he has.
That was just because he pounded through the door, so now he had to the gas come in. Yeah. But yeah, I don't really know what to do because there isn't really any reason for me to attack him. I won't really do any good. So I need to get some advantages first, but I also can't. Well, here, let me look at the map. So, I mean, first of all, I need to get away from him because we can't be in melee range of him. So, guess I'll just. So, Conor, remind me, if you want to move multiple zones, you don't get your. You get your free move first or not?
We haven't been doing it like that.
Okay.
If we want to change that, we can. I prefer that we didn't.
That's fine.
I think there still adds like an actual like cost to trying to move.
Yeah, I think the way I remember reading it was basically like you can move a zone. If you want to move more than a zone, that just becomes your action. That's what I think it is. That's sort of the impression I got. So I'll move 2 zones so that I'm out of his range because Caleb's hiding. And so that'll be difficulty 4. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Jeez, I got another -1.
One off.
Which would mean you don't move.
Yeah, so obviously I have to spend a fate point on that or I'll just die. So
oh my gosh.
Really know if I have that. Well, for okay. I don't really know that any of my aspects make a lot of sense for that.
Make a pun, David. Make a pun.
Yeah. I was going to say some deserve a gentle passing, but I'm not one of them, so it doesn't really help me.
Oh man.
I mean, I could see the decline of man has come and running away, basically. Well, I'm not running away, but I'm backpedaling.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And we're also fighting the decline of man in a human or flesh form.
Yep.
If that works with you.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's spooky stuff.
Yeah. All right, then I'll book it. And then that's
David, you may not like it, but this is what peak male performance looks like. Okay. This is what the ideal male body looks like.
Oof. All right. Well, maybe I'll transition because that's pretty gross.
Oh man. Okay. So that's your turn then, right?
Yeah.
So then, Caleb, it's your turn.
So that was David trying to move two zones. That's what his athletics roll was for.
Yeah, I was moving an extra zone, so you wouldn't be able to
I went and got pickles, so I missed that part.
Yeah, I was just moving to further.
Well, I'm hidden.
Yeah.
So
just stay hidden.
I think I'm just gonna stay hidden for now.
You could create another advantage, I assume.
Well, that was literally just an overcome roll that I made. It was just like,
but now you could create an advantage.
That's true.
What if you fail at creating the advantage? Yeah. So make sure.
Right, but I mean, I imagine you'll be rolling against his notice or something, which I think was like 0 or 1 or something.
Wait, if you move at all, you have to roll stealth again. Is that what you're saying? What were you guys saying about rules?
I'm not sure.
What part?
What are you trying to do right now, Gab? And what's the obstacle?
Oh, I mean, they were just suggesting if I wanted to stay hidden to make a creative advantage to get some bonuses on that or whatever. Like that was an overcome roll I made before, right? Just to be hidden.
Yes.
So for example, if I did decide to like create an advantage to like give me some invokes on that like being stealthy situation, if I failed,
it would just create an aspect in the other way. It would create an aspect the other way.
Okay.
Right?
But I'm still hidden.
Or possibly I could decide it places an aspect the other way.
But if so, what I'm asking is, will I jeopardize my stealth if I try to create an advantage? In any way? Because if I have a guarantee of not knowing where I am right now, I am just going to do nothing. Right? Like,
I'm not going to tell you what his notice score is or anything like that. But
well, he was in the initiative tracker as a 0.
So that's his notice.
It better be his notice. That's how that works.
And that's your 6. Yeah, it's against your 6. So
yeah. Right,
so you could create an advantage to do something else.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do then is I'll create an advantage using stealth still, but like I'm still stealthing and I'm, not jeopardizing that, but this is like me basically getting into a good position. So if he does notice me or I like get risked in any other way, I can like jump from the shadows and knife him or something.
Sure.
Basically just to like be in even better stealthing position. And get some invokes that way.
So you're getting in a more surprise attack position.
Yeah.
Trying to create an advantage offensively.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. +2 to stealth with create advantage while in combat. Boom.
I think because of him being so tall, I don't know. I think just a 3. Difficulty 3.
Eat it. 6.
There you go.
Another 6.
You definitely don't want them to eat it.
Yeah. So
what do you want to call your
2, right?
Yep.
2 invokes.
I just copied. This means something for you.
Oh, okay. I was like, why are there 2 of them? Let's say, what's like some reference?
You only live once.
I'm imagining you're doing that thing that Aang does, where he puts his hand on someone's shoulder blade, and then just they can't see him. So right, you could call it Twinkle Toes.
Yes, there you go, Twinkle Toes. So that's fine. Let's do that.
And say you only live once to like like telling John you only live once, bro. So this is your second life. You gotta die.
I have the twinkliest of toes.
Okay, that's better.
There you go. Did you see that the new Nickelodeon All-Stars game has Korra and Aang and Toph in it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that
Jimmy
game.
Neutron and Timmy Turner.
Timmy Turner.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm never gonna play that game because I'm pretty sure it's probably only going to be on Switch or something, and I don't have one. But
yeah, I'm excited for it.
I feel validated that exists.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
they're like it's
my childhood can die now.
Yeah, exactly. I literally just finished.
Peace.
I'm like a couple episodes away from finishing both Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents.
The only weird thing is like with Nintendo, 99% of their characters make sense in a fighting game. With Nickelodeon, like 1% of their characters make sense in the fighting game.
It's all the Avatar characters.
I'm like, why is Patrick there? What is he doing? I don't understand.
Patrick, have you not seen the Krabby Patty Olympics episode? Dude, Patrick is ripped.
Yeah, the hyper realism drawings from that episode are scarred, burnt permanently into my brain. So yes, I do remember that.
Okay, so anyway, so for the NPC characters, no, it's fine. For the NPC characters, do we, since now we are at a manageable level of NPCs, do you want them to have their own turns?
That's
or
it's downsizing.
Let them? Yes.
Who else exists in this?
You guys would have Josh and Conor, which I feel like they're prominent enough characters where them having their own turns would be fine.
Yeah.
And then for Jared, it would be Liz, Lynn, Mr. Lang, and Alyssa.
I think Alyssa could just give me a +1. Does she not? Does she have any skills for fighting other than like a +1 to shoot?
Her skills level is very low. So is Mr. Lang's. His skill level is also pretty low.
Let's say like actual like character like NPCs. The good NPCs get a turn.
I mean,
like
we can give them turns, but they can always use their turns and probably will plenty of times to just help us.
Yeah.
But we can put them in the order if you want.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to clear the air there. Okay, so with that being said, then it's Josh's turn.
Yeah, so are Josh and Conor with us in the hallway? Where are they?
In my head, I was going to say they were just like probably backed up here by David while you guys waited at the door.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
If that's fine with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So they're like.
Otherwise, they have to make a roll.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
To save. So I was like, why don't I just not let that happen? Because then that just becomes a huge another obstacle you guys have to overcome of like dragging them along or they just die. So, yeah. Why don't we? So there are two ways for you to go here then. So up to you guys as to where you guys want to go. But so for Josh's turn and Connor's turn, I'm just going to say, I'm going to say on Josh's turn, Josh turns to you, David, and is like, well, that didn't quite work. What's the plan now?
Yeah, jeez.
So there are doors to the left and right there?
Yes.
Do we have an idea where we are in the complex right now?
No. Especially you don't, Caleb. David has some idea.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think I look at him like, my guns aren't going to do anything. If we're going to kill this thing, we need to bring it out. We can get a whole gun line to shoot at it. Maybe it'll do something. If nothing else, we can just send it into an army of neo-Nazis and they can deal with it. We can do our job.
Josh is like, well, should we go searching for some sort of weapons or something? See if we can find anything else? Right. Okay. Exit. And I'm going to say he just opens this door and walks through. Well, you guys can decide which door he opens, though.
I mean, we don't know what's behind him.
Okay. He opens this door.
Okay.
And walks through. And boy, I'm gonna start clearing some space here.
So many zones.
Yep. So hallway here, we're gonna say door and door. So up to you guys where you guys want to go from there. I'm gonna say Josh will make a. Yes, plus one athletics. No.
Like, do we have any indication what?
Yeah, I mean, there's probably plenty of direction indicators, I would assume.
He's gonna. Jeez Louise, I don't know. Can you guys think of something he could do to be helpful on his turn? Besides just like moving? Yeah. He only has a +1 athletics.
What's his
notice?
I was
thinking his notice is +2.
You could try and notice a sign that says out, or like cargo elevator
or
something.
Directional arrows or anything like that.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. I'll make it a difficulty 2. This is quite literally a facility that should have those things. Okay, yep. So he got nothing.
0. Yeah.
So he like looks through this hallway and he's like, I don't see anything.
So since Josh was originally a player character, does he have fate points that he can spend?
Absolutely not. Actually, yeah, if you want to give him a fate point, then I'll get another fate point.
No.
That's what I thought. Okay, so Connor's turn. He has a +0 to notice. Anything you want him to do on his turn?
Let's have him heroically.
Jeez Louise. He has a stunt called Deductive Reasoning he's had from the very beginning of the game called can use investigate for lore rolls if there is physical evidence to go off of. So if you can think of a way he can use that to your advantage.
You can look at all of the foot traffic on the ground and see the direction it generally trends in to see where outside is. That or will end up in the
outside.
Yeah.
Did you not?
You guys want to go up the elevator?
Yeah, we're talking about
leaving. Yeah.
Could this guy
up the elevator?
I think we already talked about this, David.
He's
not going to fit in the elevator.
Yeah, but that's fine. If he can't fit in the elevator, then he can't come after us.
but then what do? You just abandon the mission?
Then we just drop a nuke on the place. I don't know. Look, the thing is, if we stay down here, we're just going to die and then no one's going to do anything. So there's no point in staying here with this thing. We just, maybe we can just bomb the place until it caves in or something. There's got to be, we can't just shoot the guy. So we've got to find a way to go around this.
Is there anything you want to do? Have him do with that stunt? Then like roll to try to find a way out, basically.
Yeah, I mean, if you can deduce the direction that an exit would logically be in, or look around and see, based on, like I said, foot traffic, because I imagine people have boots on or whatever. If you can tell which direction the foot traffic most heavily goes, it's probably either to the mess hall or to the exit. So anything like that, I don't know.
Caleb, any ideas?
The sign, I don't know if that counts.
Just have him do that. Yeah, just have him make
physical
a
evidence
or investigate based on that. Got a 2.
Okay, so I think he thinks the way Josh is going is the better way.
So maybe he like peeks out the other door quick, and then he's like, "Nope, yeah, this way," and then goes out.
Yeah.
Josh.
Okay,
cool,
so then it's
good.
the monster's turn.
I'm just gonna let the monster chase you guys, and then I'm gonna go double back and help Jared.
Sounds good.
Are you for real?
Yes, that's my plan.
Gosh.
I can't be anywhere near this thing. I'm gonna die. Like literally if this monster touches me, I will explode.
Yeah. I mean, that's the case for everybody, literally.
Yeah.
Caleb, there are other things you can do though. First of all, you're stealth with a +6 with a 6 right now. If you don't jeopardize that, there's no way he can see you.
Right, but as soon as I attack him, I have jeopardized it. So
you don't have to attack him though.
So what are you suggesting I do then?
Well, the other problem is that the stealth is all in relation to him, and so if you leave, I feel like all those will go away because they won't be. Or I mean, they might stay around, but only if he comes back. Maybe. I mean, they stop being relevant if you leave.
And I'm fine with that. Like that, my entire attention was that was like, it was like back up in case he hits me. Maybe I'll somehow survive. Right. Otherwise, I am leaving.
Well, so here's my other question: where are you going to go? Because there's the only way you can go that isn't the way he goes is
through the gas.
The gas.
I can hold my breath for 10 seconds.
You'd have to find a way to open
the door. But the gases can go in besides your breath. It can go in your eyes and.
Yikes. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, walking through like that. You know what I mean? You have to like.
That's fair.
Maybe pretty rough. Yeah.
Didn't we grab gas masks? Didn't we say we had that?
David, you might have said you had. I know David said he had one. I think you spent a fate point just so you had a gas mask.
Yeah. Wait a second. So we wouldn't have had to make that roll.
Oh yeah,
but we're not wearing that.
Oh, you guys weren't wearing that. You can say you put them on.
Yeah,
you can say you put them on. I mean, like think about it. Like,
so I get
you guys didn't think of it, but I can say you guys put them on.
That's fine. I definitely would not have had time to put a mask on. I was leading him to the thing and trying to like. Yeah, I don't think I would have had time to put a gas mask on personally.
Okay. You just use your boost though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a big deal. And I mean, cool. Caleb was also sitting there stealth for a while, so it makes a lot more sense for him to have had it.
Yeah.
So I'm just Caleb, you have your 2 fate points still. You never took your one away, so.
Oh, okay. Because I knew
you were trying to cheat.
No, I literally looked at. I was like expecting like, oh, I need to put my fate point back, and I looked and I had 2, and I was like,
Okay, so the monster does not act. So he flails in this room. He just attacks everything around him. He's banging on the walls and stuff like that, and like banging on the door. And I'm gonna say he like makes part of this like door thing here just collapse. So this is not like a physical obstacle for you to get through, Gib.
I mean, doesn't that block him from going any further then? Or are you saying he like, because right now the zone that he is on the map is inside the room. So what you're saying is he literally just like collapsed the door and now he's locked in the room with the gas by himself?
Not locked in there. It's now just a physical obstacle that is hard for a small person like you to get through.
Okay. That's fine. I just want to make sure we were clear.
I mean, he's like stuff is like falling from the ceiling basically, but he can also just like plow through it.
Sure. Cool. Well,
so Caleb, you can. So we'll jump back over to the next timeline over here. Then we'll jump back and have Mark go. But Caleb, you could also just like study him and create advantages that way.
That's true. Honestly, as long as he isn't moving towards them and I can't really get past him yet, that makes sense. I'll do that. But yeah, it's all mainly a stalling tactic for me. I am not in any way like planning on actually trying to kill him. This will just be to twiddle my thumbs a little while. Maybe you. Yeah,
this is your moment in the sun, Caleb. This is your time
Connor?
To shine.
How?
Because you're stealth.
Connor,
you're doing your stealth stuff.
You're doing your stealth stuff. Roll in response is not gonna matter.
I don't need to attack him. Just do your thing.
Do what? I can't talk to him. That's my other thing.
Caleb, not do your character thing. Play a character. Do your Caleb thing.
Well, Connor,
what would Caleb do?
He would talk to the guy, but he can't, and so he would stealth.
He would run.
And then run. Yep.
All right. It's up to you. I feel like it's just, embarrassing.
I feel like I get the feeling
it's not that embarrassing.
I'm getting the feeling that there's something that I'm missing here that like is obvious to Connor. So I'll make the roll next time, but I'm not seeing anything. So,
well, I just don't want you to just like run and then have to cross 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 zones before you get to the next combat.
Honestly, I'm fine with
that. Sounds like a boring session. Okay. All right. Whatever. Okay. Mark's turn.
Don't mind. I care more about the thing that Jared's doing right now anyway. So
sure. So Mark is going to shoot at you, Jared.
I thought I got to go first since he shot her.
I don't quite think that makes sense. If everybody else thinks that makes sense, it's fine. I don't care.
You should have to roll a will save to be started.
Because we're in combat, I think it makes sense because that would have been his action, and then it would be Jared's action, just because of the initiative order.
Okay, that's fine.
But I mean, it's ultimately up to you.
No, that's fine. So Jared goes first, and then Mark, and then the rest of the people.
All right. I probably won't get bonuses from any of the other peeps because they're still back there.
Right.
But I am going to roll fight.
Are you moving a zone into his zone then?
Well, yeah. I'm getting right up in his grill. Man, that sucked. It was a -2.
So what does this look like for Jared?
He runs in. He's like, what's the word? Like shell shocked for a minute because he was not expecting there to be 2 more dead friends on the floor.
Yep.
But now he's just mad. Blood going into barbarian blood rage mode.
Okay.
He should roll his thing.
Were you trying to say something, David? Because you're muted if you were.
Yeah, I realized I muted my mic. Sorry. And then instead of unmuting myself manually, I muted myself on the. Anyways, I was just making a joke. I was saying you're going to have to either attack somebody or be attacked every 6 seconds, or you'll lose your rage.
Nice.
So I just shared his stunt in there, and this is his roll. Oh, so you got a -2.
Kind of feel like I should spend a fate to re-roll that dice. That was a
You could. Well, you got a -2, and so did he.
That's I'll just take the math 2.
So he takes 2 stress. Okay. And then it is his turn. And Jared, does this combat, like, did you say anything as you come in? Is there any type of like moment here where you talk to Liz, you talk to him, anything like that?
It's probably just like a roar.
Sure, yeah.
Liz could probably help you.
There is no words right now. Oh, yeah. I forgot Liz was in the room.
Liz is
it
down for the count for right now. Yeah, for right now, I think she's just kind of in a moment of shock.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so then what do we got here? Okay, so so Mark just drops his gun when you get into close range with him, and he pulls out like a super long combat knife, and he just like readies a stance, and he takes a cut at you. Six. And he doesn't say a word.
I'll take the 1.
Okay. And then it's Liz's turn. I think she screams a primal scream and like takes after you a little bit there, Jared, and is just like stands up and just charges into Mark's zone along with you and like tries to jump on his back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll athletics. Try to create an advantage here.
Oof.
She gets a 3. And Mark is going to defend with athletics. And succeeds with style. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna create an advantage of
just throws her out the window.
No, wolf in a corner.
No. We're not in the window room, are we?
The window room?
Yeah,
No.
but no, never mind. My perception of the map was just
It's also just a boost, I think. Just to be clear.
Well, no, so she tried to create an advantage, so I can create an aspect in return.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're
right. Wolf in a corner.
Thanks for nothing.
Oops. Oh, right. We do brackets. Okay. That's that done. There we go. Okay, so then it is Lynn's turn, Mr. Lang and Alyssa. I'm just going to say they come up and walk in the door, right? And they see what's going on, just for simplicity's sake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll just use them all on my turn.
Right. Okay. All right, David, it's your turn then. So we jump back over.
Okay. Yeah. So the way Josh is going is the way the exit is, right?
Yes. Or something is.
Right. Well, I'm going to let them do that. I'm going to keep shooting at it because the problem is if it stops following us, there's a possibility it could loop around to the others at some point. There's really no reason for me to not just shoot at it. So
sure.
Do we have anybody here who can help me shoot? Or are they both?
It's just Josh and Connor.
Connor can shoot,
has like
right?
a 1 shoot. Right?
Yeah, you could take his turn next round and just give you a +1 to shoot.
I'll do that. I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay. Oh, roll the -1 again. It's the only thing I rolled so far.
Okay. And he gets a boost on you.
Yeah. And then I'll just move over here.
So I think he has 3 boosts on you now. Because there were 2 X's down here before. And now there's only 1. Oh, okay, there we go.
Well, an X usually means you've used something. But they're just floating in the midair.
Yeah, no, that's all they were. It wasn't an aspect or anything. I put X's there for.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, Caleb, your turn.
I study him, Connor.
Why?
Because you heavily implied I should.
I'm just implying you should do something besides try to run away.
Well, I'm going to try to run away, but he says I can't do it yet. I'll roll notice, I guess, to see what I can see.
Okay.
Any weaknesses to exploit?
Actually, don't you have a stunt about this to discover aspects?
I have an empathy stunt, but I figure I can't really do empathy because he doesn't really have a mind. Right? When you successfully use empathy to read a person's emotional state, if that person's aspects are secret, the aspect, the GM, blah, 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 blah.
Sure, yeah.
I don't, like, with the way you've described him so far, I feel like I'm going to have to roll notice.
Yeah. Okay.
I have the same to both of them, but so.
I think difficulty 4.
Okay. Hey, right on the money.
Okay. Caleb, there's something about, so he's flailing around and like smashing into stuff, and like a part of like the ooze that is on his body like falls next to you and like touches your leg, and you like look at it closely and like put your finger to it, and it's like oil.
Okay. Is the gas that we released flammable?
I
Maybe
don't
for a fake
think
point
so.
it could be. Yeah.
Hey. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, yeah. What would I have to spend that on, you think?
I mean, I think when you're making a narrative statement, I think you just spend them, right? I don't think you.
I think so.
You have to do it on an aspect. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's aspect related. It's not the language isn't as firm as like you're invoking an aspect, but it's still like it says in there like related to one of your aspects, like a detail related to one of your aspects.
Okay.
Can I just spend it on the other monster? Because I'm just
the other monster is David.
Me, yeah.
Oh, David is the other monster.
You're the other monster. Okay. I knew that was the case. I just thought the aspect was about the other monster because David was the first monster.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Bloody. Can I spend it on bloody mess next door?
Why?
Blood. Oh wait, sorry. I was still thinking about the oil blood. Yeah, this is about the gas. Sorry, I literally was like in my brain. I was like, this is about the oil, right? No, yeah, the gas.
So I think since you and Josh worked on this together, you could use one of Josh's aspects.
Oh, can I just do rebuilding the world takes many hands since it's about Josh, a thing that Josh did, right? Because we're doing teamwork stuff. So maybe he mentioned to me at one point, oh yeah, good thing there's any open flame at least nearby. This would go off like a firecracker or whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to reveal one of the Monster in the Closet's aspects.
So this is Frankenstein's monster.
I guess. I didn't realize. I've never seen or heard any about
I think I don't remember actually. I'm probably gonna. I
remember that they burned.
By all.
I remember that they burned his house. I don't remember if he was flammable himself. Okay.
Frankenstein's monster is afraid of fire because fire is deceptive. When he first sees it, he is delighted by its brightness, color, and warmth.
Oh. I don't know if it's very deceptive. It's pretty clear, but you just got to get kind of close, you know.
Well, that was the idea, anyway.
Right, but anyways.
Yeah. Well, it's for someone who just like got born as a human adult and doesn't know anything. It's like, ooh, pretty, and then burned. And so hopefully this guy will be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Let me take a look at my equipment. Hey, Connor, I have survival equipment, which would obviously include flint and steel.
Yep.
Duh.
Now, keep in mind, all right, we've established that the gas is leaking out of that room, right?
Yes.
Okay. So keep that in mind.
I know from back in our youthful days, you don't know how, aerosolized, explosive gas works and lighting a flame near it.
That's the thing, Jared. In this universe, I do.
Yeah.
Right? Because that was my whole thing.
So
I never did that to you. I never did that to you in this universe.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a story here that I missed.
Have you never heard the story of the time that I poured gasoline on a campfire we were setting in our backyard, and Jared went to light it, and I hadn't told him that I literally dumped gasoline all over it, and he had a fireball happen, and he had to pull out of the way.
He knew. You just poured a lot more on it.
That's what I was saying.
What happened was it had rained a few days prior, and I went in to go get more newspaper. I guess add just a little bit of gas if you want. And then I came back, and he's like, yeah, add some gas. Okay.
Jared lit it and then just back extended, barrel rolled out of the way of the
all
explosion.
Of the hair was burnt off of my arms.
Yeah, it was nuts.
So this is the thing, guys.
I see.
I don't see a way that I can light this without.
So what you want to do is light something else and throw it into the room.
Yeah,
that's fair. What else can I throw, though?
Are you wearing clothes?
It's not super easy to light your clothes on fire.
It's easier than you'd think.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the issue.
Well, keep in mind you just made a roll, so that's your turn.
That is my turn. Yes. That's
so you can think about it as you go.
Just be the throwing your on fire shirt far enough.
Caleb, do you say anything to the other people? Because it's Josh's turn next.
I'm currently stealthed right next to the monster, so no.
We're also around the corner. Yeah. So he doesn't probably even know. I'm not going to yell at them.
There. So.
Okay,
hey, Josh, so I have this idea. Oh, hi.
It might be worth trying to speak, but it's up to you.
Speak to PC eyeball communication.
Okay. So it's Josh's turn. So Josh is probably like, Conor, which door do you think? And I guess Josh could. No, I don't think he should roll to move multiple zones. I think he's just going to go one. Or he'd have to just roll successful 2 roll to roll an extra space, right?
Well, no, because
it'd be
the way we have it set up, if you want to move 1 zone, it's free. If you want to move 2, it's 4 because you're moving 2 zones.
Right.
Which, again, I don't remember the exact way that the ruling works. Like the difficulty thing is we totally made that up.
Right. I think it is arbitrary, though.
It just says that it's an action, and the difficulty is based on the distance and the impediments. It's all it says.
Right.
It doesn't tell you. It doesn't even give you an example of how hard it is to go how far. So to be fair, I think the way we're doing it's right, but whether or not we're using the right numbers, I think is where we might end up tweaking stuff at some point. But for now, it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think Josh moves forward. Conor moves forward. Joy. But if there's anything you want them to do, just let me know. Otherwise, I think they just move forward for now.
Yeah, I mean, I want them to get us out of here, basically.
Any other rolls you want them to make for that?
I mean, I guess it's up to you whether or not you think there's anything that they can do to get us out of here faster or better. I don't know.
I can't think of anything. That's what I was asking you.
Yeah, I mean, other than what they've done, I don't really think so. I mean, yeah, we just have to go now.
I think. Yeah, I don't think either of them are going to spend fate points. I think Conor thinks this is the door that's going to lead you out faster.
Okay.
Okay, so then it is the monster's turn. And we will roll to see what
roll for dumb.
He does. Yeah, roll for dumb. So still a 4, so he flails around. I think he is going to even move in a zone and attacks this wall here and makes a big hole in the wall.
Oh boy.
Into a little facility closet or something, and
bathroom.
Sparks flying everywhere or whatever, and
there's just some guy in there who didn't want to go to the battle, and he's like, ah.
Yeah. Yeah. So then we'll cut over then to Jared. Jared, what do you do?
What was his athletics? What's his athletics, Conor?
Who? Mark's?
Yeah.
5 plus a 2 when somebody who has a consequence slot filled is attacking him.
Does Lynn have a consequence spot filled?
Not technically, because she wasn't considered in the battle.
Ha. Right. Well, I'm going to have Lynn attack on her own, and then I'm going to have everyone else attack with me.
Okay.
So
that's Liz,
Alyssa,
Mr. Lang, and Alyssa. Except I don't think, screw it, whatever. Okay. It doesn't quite make sense for them to use 2 different skills to attack with you, but I don't really care.
I mean, if anything, it would make more sense because they can, shoot at him as I'm charging in.
Yeah,
mechanically it doesn't work.
It has to be the same skill, but
which makes no sense. But
yeah, there are times it definitely doesn't make sense. And I mean, we're kind of using them in an unusual way here, anyways, a little bit. So
California.
And that was a 0.
Okay. Jeez Louise, he rolled a -2 to that. So he gets a 7 or a 5, which is 6 shifts over. He's going to take a 4 and a mild. What do you want the mild to be called, Jared?
Let's get down to business.
Okay.
I have that song playing in my head for some reason.
But why does that hurt him?
I don't know. I haven't slept in a long time.
Because we're getting down to business, Connor.
There's too much New World. Okay.
I think that was a yes.
Did he nod?
I didn't see anything.
Okay. Okay, so it would be Liz's turn, but she helped you, so it's Lynn's turn. So yeah, Lynn steps into the zone with you guys and attacks on his own.
Let me at him.
Or attacks on her own.
Let me at him.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah, I think I feel like she's not quite all in it.
Right. She's not gonna tell him to drop his weapon like a man.
No, that was for guns.
No, that was just weapons.
I mean, she made him drop shields.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Oh, was it really?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was the first thing I ever saw from her, is trying to get Jared to drop his shields.
Oh, interesting. I forgot about that. Yeah. I want to say that she does, because it's like a fun throwback to Lynn, and I think she doesn't, because
it doesn't really.
This is what's going on. It doesn't feel like something she'd actually do right now.
She doesn't seem like she'd be in a very quippy mood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, she still has a +6 to fight. So that's,
yeah.
I mean, I think she'll probably be okay. I think it's a +7, isn't it?
It might be. I don't know.
Pretty sure it's a +7.
Oh, I know she didn't roll good.
No, it's a +6.
Okay, maybe Becky was a +7. Somebody had a +7.
Mark is going to roll fights to defend. Okay, another boost. Okie dokie. Then it is. Oh, hold up. Did we skip Mark?
I'm pretty sure Mark goes after me.
Yes. In which case we did skip Mark.
So yeah, he should still go.
Okay. So yeah, I think that he's going to. I think he's going to attack Lynn.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to attack the person who just did 6 damage to him? As opposed to the woman who's half-heartedly punching him?
You do have swords.
All right, he'll attack you, Jared. There's some psychological markness I'm going back and forth on. He'll attack you. Jeez Louise.
Take good care of business.
Every day. What is your deal, Jared?
Dude, I haven't slept in like
36 hours.
36 hours. So.
Why? Do you have to work?
New World.
Louise.
That's
yeah,
why.
but don't you have to work? Yeah, but that's more than a day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get a super boost.
Why do you have a +4 to defend?
Because I have 3 attack stunts and 3 defense stunts, and one of them doesn't work right now.
Jeez Louise. All right. Yep.
Your
Okay.
cool character moment of throwing down your shield is going to get you killed.
Well, no, he just rolled a 10.
Okay. I
Yeah, he still has enough defense stunts, or apparently it doesn't matter. What are your defense stunts? Are your defense stunts in any way not usable in any situation, or are they kind of?
Two of like one of them's. I'm not able to use one of my attack and one of my defense right now in this conflict. And the other ones are also very.
You just defended with
not
fight,
so
Jared.
Yeah, he's using.
You defend with athletics.
That's it. That's
your stunts. Your stunts use athletics, not fight.
Oh, oops! Just -1 from that roll then.
Right.
That's my bad. I'm used to the. I'm still used to the shield.
Wait, why didn't you give yourself the defend with fight when you chop bullets out of the air thing?
Oh, he's not even using that. And we said that we weren't gonna do the defend.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Conor wasn't gonna accept that nonsense.
No, that was dumb. Yeah, so I think it's a 9. So still nothing.
The boost is Flipmaster General.
Okay. I think he's gonna actually spend one of his boosts so that you don't get a boost. Okay, so then we cut back over. So he
can he use?
I basically just like
someone else.
He also got a boost on you.
He did.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
But the boost he can if it applies. The boost was Wolf in a corner. Basically, you got him in a corner and outnumbered him, but he's using that to his advantage.
Gotcha.
He's a wolf that's still biting.
A boost has to be using the person who did it, but a aspect doesn't, and that's an aspect because it was a failed create advantage by somebody else, which means they do create the advantage. It's just that the enemy gets an invoke on it, which is how that works. So basically, yeah.
Okay.
It does also mean that technically you can spend fate points on that as well, because it's I guess it kind of becomes like a neutral aspect because the enemy gets a point on it, but you're still making the aspect. It's just that it's not a good thing for you anymore. The idea is whatever you were trying to do ends up not being helpful. In fact, it becomes harmful, and so they get a boost on it. But I think you could still spend a point on it too, because otherwise you would never want to allow it to be created. You would always choose not to do it.
Right.
So anyways, it doesn't really matter.
So basically he is getting pinned down by all these people, but he still like slides in and tries to take a strike at you. But you just block it with your katana. Is there any type of dialogue going on between you and anybody else, or pretty silent, no music fight?
Yeah, this is just like
it's like the gang versus Sparky Boom Man.
Sure. Except
this is one of those fights where everything cuts way too fast. You never have any idea what's happening. There's just lots of really heavy impact sounds, and then it ends away, and you're like, "Whoa, a lot of people died."
Yeah.
It's like at the end of like movies where like there are two characters you kind of like who for whatever reason have to kill one another, and it's just like them quietly, slowly.
Why'd you say her name?
Except more compelling than
right. So more like Civil War and less like Superman versus Batman.
Yeah. I mean, that movie was kind of ridiculous too. They could have just spent like 3 minutes talking.
Yeah, the concept was a little strange, but the fight between Captain America and Iron Man was still good because I had nothing to do with the Soviet. It doesn't matter, anyways.
Everything but the reasons why there were conflict was great, but the fact that the reason there was conflict was just so stupid.
Oh yeah, but that's the thing is the fight between Iron Man and Captain America was about Bucky and like his mother or whatever. I don't remember.
I just tuned in again after tuning out for just half a second, and I'm like, where are we?
Okay, so we cut back over to David.
We're all superheroes now.
Yep. We cut back over to David.
We are playing
David,
Fate, let's be real.
Yeah, we went to the nuke and we got irradiated, and because anime, we all have superpowers now instead of being dead.
Yes.
I will not shoot at it because it's in a different room. So I guess now I will try and get out of here. So you said this door is the one we need to get out of?
This one is the one.
Okay. And I'll go here and make an athletics roll. I guess I should stop moving myself first in case that happens. I twiddle my thumbs. All right.
Okay. You, I think, moved back one.
No, because I was going to move two.
Oh, okay.
No, because the whole point was that I was going to move two.
I see. Okay. So then that's your turn.
Mm-hmm.
So
David takes one step
just
and then trips over himself.
Well, are you just like trying to figure out which way is the best? Maybe.
Yeah,
like,
probably.
Just
probably
not
like
sure about
signs and
like
trying to keep an eye on the monster because it's around the corner, and then it's now gone, and I'm like, oh boy, if this was Resident Evil, he'll just appear at the end of this hallway, and we're really screwed.
Yeah. So then we cut over to Caleb.
Yeah. I mean, I think I will. So if I set something on fire in this zone that I'm in, I will probably cause an explosion.
And take damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I move one zone back and then set something on fire, will I?
I think you could still make an athletics save. Basically,
I love how
in
Connor's
defense
just
to your
decided
actual
there are saves in this
explosion
game now for some reason.
Well, like defense. That's what I mean. I'm communicating to you in a way you understand.
Connor, I know Fate.
Yeah,
you can use the right terms.
Well, I'm communicating in a way I understand.
There.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny.
So you're gonna try to set something on fire?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is this role?
I mean, a crafts probably, or a lore maybe. Either way.
Either.
I mean, I feel like you could do lore too. I mean, but how hard is it to light someone on fire? It's more a question of time than whether or not it happens, I think, right?
Yes. Also, this is an attack that will deal damage.
Well, this is just him setting something on fire.
This is an overcome because I just figured out a thing that's true about the room, and if I throw something in there, it's going to explode.
Right, but that'll depend on how much, like, how much damage will this do?
Well, then I have no chance of doing anything.
So what it should be is, because the thing is, if we base this on stats, then we might as well just be punching him. So what it has to be is you have to decide what the attack is in an exploding room of gas where you are. And then he will defend against that. And what this is now is just him lighting a thing on fire. I mean, honestly, I don't even think you'd have to roll. Like you could say it takes an action, but how hard is it to light something on fire?
There is an attack here because there is more mechanical stuff here to consider. Like it makes more sense with, I already have it in the mechanics of his character sheet that this attack will be more effective.
There's an attack happening against him, but it's not something that I'm doing. There's literally nothing. If all I'm doing is setting some small thing on fire and then throwing it in the room, I can't think just realistically or logically, given the physics of the universe, any way that I could make it better by throwing it a certain way, right?
My thought here is just because it's Fate mechanics of how flammable is this gas? How much explosion are we going to see?
That's the thing you decide, right? Like this would be like if I push someone off a cliff, I don't roll my physique and see how much they hurt. They get pushed off a cliff and you say, they fall 400 feet, they die. Because like imagine it like this. If I push someone off a cliff, with my one physique and I magically beat them and they take one damage after falling 400 feet. Like that's not how it works.
That's exactly the situation we're in right now.
It's just in this case, it's an explosion instead because he's doing something that is far beyond his own capabilities.
Right.
And you can say, okay, an explosion would do this much damage, but because he's flammable, it does this much damage. But that's just all on
I'm perfectly fine with it being an overcome roll of some capacity to do something. That makes sense to me. But my role here can't be the attack. That just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, the only thing that Caleb has to do here is light this on fire. So if you feel like, in the stress of the situation, he needs to make a roll to see how quickly he can light this on fire, whether it takes a round or two or whatever, then that makes sense with me, and I think that's fine. But yeah, he can't be making an attack here because otherwise there's no point.
Okay.
He might as well just shoot him and do nothing.
Okay, that's fine. I think difficulty 3. I guess.
Frank, is kind of what I was hoping the gas would do originally, but this is
what am I rolling?
So
What's that?
What am I rolling then?
Perhaps
I don't know. I mean, probably shoot to like throw something in there in a way that's not gonna like fizzle out before it reaches.
Thrown weapons are shoot. Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Okay, cool. I assume this doesn't count as a physical attack.
No.
Yeah. Can't use my backstab stunt here.
No, I would just say it doesn't make sense anyway.
Yeah. Especially the way we just argued for this. It would,
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sneak
so
bomb.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a shoot to overcome and throw this in the room. Yay, 2.
So you failed.
Well, I succeeded in a minor cost.
No, difficulty is 3.
A fate point.
Oh, you said 3. Sorry, I thought you said 2 for some reason.
Use your stealth bonuses.
Yes, because he's not expecting me, and I can get into a good position to throw it right at him without him dodging out of the way.
Maybe you have time to maneuver, maybe because he's not being attacked.
Because he's not like he hasn't noticed me, and I can literally just like come right up. Or I guess I couldn't do that. The whole point is I can't come up to the door at all because I'd set myself on fire. Well,
right, but you also don't have to like do this quickly or you'll get punched. Like you have time because he doesn't know you're there and he's in the room. I don't know. I could see it. I could not see it. It's up to Conor, really.
What was the aspect that I created anyway?
Yeah, I guess
we deleted it and you did use the free invoke on it. Or no, we didn't create an aspect for it because it was just a static stealth roll. Remember?
No. That was the first one.
Then you created
Twinkle Toes. You just didn't name it.
Oh, you didn't name it. I copied something for you and you said Twinkle Toes and then that's fine. I got it.
That's my
so Twinkle. Oh, okay.
Or I should have just did it. It's not letting me edit. It's not letting me go off of it.
So there wasn't a free invoke on it, or there wasn't then?
There were 2. Yeah, I got 2
there
free
were
invokes.
2. So now you're spending 1 on this attack?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just refreshed and it sent me to a different roll 20.
Oh, weird.
Strange.
I was suddenly on the Death and Madness roll 20. So that's fun.
Okay, so yeah, I think that you throw this in there and she's Louise.
I was definitely thinking there for a moment that this was going to be my end moment where I literally just walk into the room and then just explode us both. But I'm glad we don't have to do that yet.
And you might still get hurt, an explosion will probably be a larger radius than the gas was, so that there might still be some concern there.
Yeah,
but I don't think you'll die. What was the what?
I'm just trying to think of how to calculate this damage, or if I should just kill him.
Well,
you should definitely just kill him.
I mean, I think that's more of a pacing question. Are you interested in this conflict taking the rest of the session? Because it probably will, and I'm not being second. It probably will take the rest of the session, if not more, if we're actually working through his health. Which, to be honest, is why I was hoping the gas would kill him. It would have been a pretty short fight, but I was like, if we have to grind down his HP,
that was the entire point of any of the things we've been doing is to try to circumvent health entirely because it's gonna
So I mean, I'm also think you could do what pretty much every anime or show does, where he blows up and we're like, oh, we killed him, and then like next session, his some flaming husk of flesh will climb out. Like, oh,
it could be like, oh, we killed him, and then maybe we don't know if we haven't killed him yet.
Yeah.
Like you just be down for
your problem because we got plenty of other crap we need to deal with still.
I'm fine with leaving it ambiguous if y'all want to say.
I mean, because then
he's taken out of the fight.
Yeah, that leaves you room to decide later because you don't have to commit to it now. If it ends up not being fun at any point, you'd be like, never mind. But if there's like a part where you're like, oh, it'd be perfect for his flaming zombie body to come out. Then
I like that.
I'm fine. Yeah. So the mechanics that I had set for him was he just has a stunt called what's it called? Oily sludge, where he just gets a -10 to defend against fire attacks. So he would just defend with a 0 against fire attacks. That's why I was trying to figure out a way to use that mechanic.
Well, to be fair, like you would probably just make like a level 10 attack or like a +10 attack. You would roll, he would roll. He'd probably die instantly because 10 is quite a lot of damage to compensate for. And then
if he had rolled a -1, he would die.
But I kind of think it's more fun to not know, honestly.
I agree. I think so.
And who knows, maybe we can use the fire thing later on.
Yeah, and because it's an overcome, that makes sense to me too, right? It was just like my intent was to get him out of the fight. There you go, it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think then we step over to Josh and Connor.
So real quick,
can we narrate that? Because I want it to be as climactic as it is. And
exactly. Right. I can I just have a random bottle of alcohol? Can I just Molotov cocktail this?
Do we have any dramatic bottles of alcohol for you to have? Has anybody given anybody alcohol as a gift or anything?
I don't
think so. Okay. Just checking. It's always better if you throw something.
Wait, quick. We do a flashback. No, just kidding.
Well, so you know what? Can we just say in my survival kit, maybe I just literally have like a makeshift.
Or we have like rubbing
that
alcohol.
I can throw together. Yeah. Can I just I can have rubbing alcohol. There you go. A little bottle of rubbing alcohol. And so I just I make it into a Molotov cocktail.
I think it's super cool for you to quite literally like, what do I do? What do I do? And like you look in your bag and there's just like flint and steel and rubbing alcohol. And you like take off your shirt and you're like, Can we say you're just shirtless for the rest of this?
Definitely taking off my shirt. Absolutely.
Okay,
yes.
Yo, I don't think it's time for that.
So I think probably what happens, right, is I'm wearing like not really camo, but like the same type of material that would be, right? So it's like, thicker jacket and pants and stuff like that, utilitarian stuff. So I probably take off the jacket, throw it to the ground because that's not going to be helpful to me. It's too thick material. And then I take off my like tank top and rip off some of it. And then put it around there and light it. And as he's like flailing the other room, I just like light this thing, look into the room, and maybe like for dramatic effect, maybe he steps into that zone again right in front of the door. And maybe he just sees me and then like he suddenly gains clarity, his eyes widen, like bloodshot rage sort of a thing. And then I just say, if there was ever a point to say go to hell, it would be now. And then I just like chuck it in there, right? Because it's like, this is literally a demon. And I'm just like, yes, go back to the abyss from which you were spawned.
So we have like some Inception level, like da 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 kind of music going on.
Giant as you like
from
the brass.
Like slow mo.
You throw the ball, or you throw the bottle, and then we cut. It's still in your hand. You throw it again, and then we cut. It's still in your hand. You throw it again.
Not that. But so this is what I do. So
eat that.
We see this moment when it's all in slow mo. He's facing me, his bloodshot eyes, and then I just like say that. If there ever be a time to say go to hell, it'd be now. And then I just like chuck it, and it starts in slow motion and then
like picks up speed and rolls into the room. And for dramatic effect, it doesn't immediately explode. And I just like lock eyes with the monster. Yeah. And he like
still a thing.
He like takes a step forward and like steps on it. And it like cracks and explodes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, maybe he like steps on the cloth and it looks like it goes out and then it
Yeah. Super huge explosion. We see it from my angle, right? So we see it's just like meat flies everywhere, burned meat, and then the whole room just goes in the flames. And then we get the shot from the other angle, and we see me, and all we see from me is just shirtless hunk in in the middle of this room, like survivalist, right? Like scars all over my body, and we just see like a jet of like hot air just like, fly into me, and I'm just like slightly singed, but like you have my like gear and stuff still on me, but like my stuff is scattered around me, and I'm just like
I'm considering making you make an athletics save to see instead if you just get like flown back into the wall, but I think this is too cool of a scene to take away from you.
But also, if this was an anime, it would just zoom out and like the ground would explode and like come up from ground level, and then we'd zoom back in and you'd be fine somehow. And you're like, wait, that's literally impossible.
Yeah, so that happens, and I'm just like they're like breathing in deep, and I'm just like, all right, David, you owe me. And then we just cut.
And then I think we cut to like Josh, Conor, and David, and they just see an explosion happen. And they all like turn around. They're like, "What the heck?" And then you just like walk into the hallway with them, basically, and say that. Is that what you're?
No, I just like
saying?
yell over back over my shoulder because I know they're back there.
Oh, okay,
I
sure.
Say, David, you owe me.
Okay, yeah. So I think, everybody, you guys can just take a step this way, right? Because now you for sure can't go back that way.
Yeah.
So we'll just say you guys go up here, and we'll cut over to Jared and cut back to you guys later.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay.
We just conveniently appear in the room mid-combat because apparently time wasn't synced properly.
No. Okay. So Jared,
if you paid attention to the clock you see on the wall in this scene, and then the clock you see on the wall in that scene, you'll see that actually it all matches up.
Yeah. No.
Gross.
Going to surprise, stab him.
Wow. I'm shocked.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna use the 3 people again.
How do you stab him, Jared?
With both of them. It's just a rapid flurry of angry slashing.
Is it like Baraka in Mortal Kombat? You stick both swords in him and lift them up and wiggle them around a little bit.
Rip them in half.
Oh, that's what he does. Right. Okay. I also can't think about Baraka and not just hear Obama and think it's hilarious for some reason. He looks nothing like Obama, but his name just keeps reminding me of it.
And I'm going to use the boost from his minor wound to bump that up to 14.
There you go.
Okay, so that's 5.
Like 6 sessions ago, these guys were wiping the floor with us.
Yep.
To be fair, they also had tanks and like 30 people, so
yeah,
cheated a little bit there. But
then we were also protecting a bunch of innocent people. All of our innocent people are dead at this point.
Yeah.
So
you become untethered
5.
from the earth. Now he can fly.
I'm gonna take the moderate consequence. What is a stabbed?
Repeatedly.
Stabbed repeatedly is a severe consequence. we can do stabbed ... and if you get a severe consequence, you can call it repeatedly.
There you go.
And then Lynn's gonna punch him again.
Well, it's Mark's turn.
Oh.
And definitely this time Mark is gonna attack Lynn.
Okay.
Gotta go for the ads.
Yep. At this point, he realized he just has to pick him off. Mm-hmm. In which case, he does not attack Lynn. Goodness gracious. He is definitely going to attack Alyssa.
Oh, I don't care about that.
Actually, no. He's going to attack Mr. Lang. Heck.
No! My favorite NPC.
Conor just said the names until he got a reaction he wanted. And he's like, cool, going with that
one. No.
Alyssa, actual Alyssa, if you're listening, you're great. Conor just made your character in this RPG a butthead.
That's so mean.
So Conor's the one at fault here.
And he will defend with fight.
Lang had a decent 3 or something, right?
+2. So he takes 4 shifts of damage.
That's not bad.
He has got an okay physique. +2, so he'll take the 2 and 2. His last mild consequence was shrimp on the bobby. This time it's just cut. Okay, so then Lynn's turn.
Punch.
Oh yeah, that was because he was in the fire, right? Got toasted.
Yep. So how this plays out is everybody goes in for an attack, and like Mark is like bobbing and weaving and like cutting here, cutting there to like keep people back. And Jared, you get a good stab on him and like pull your katana out, and then Lang comes up to try to like take him out, and Mark turns and just like cuts him open, and Lang like cries out and steps back. And then Lynn has a scream and runs in and
come on, yourself.
Attacks.
Same roll. Come on, your sister died. You should be more angry.
Did you say that?
No.
Okay, so we got.
Just turns around and starts killing you instead.
Got 2 against Lynn here, 2 free invokes. Okay, and then we will just repeat the turn order. So, Jared, go again. So yeah, Lynn just comes up, and I think Mark like kicks Lynn in the back of the knee, and she like goes down, and she's closer than everybody else is in the circle.
For this last roll, I'm just going to add all of us, including Lynn.
Okay.
Power of friendship.
14.
Holy cow.
And I'm going to invoke the moderate wound he took last time to make it a 16.
So he's actually going to spend a fate point on one of his stunts here.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, it might not quite matter. Give me a second here. Yeah, it'll matter. Okay. On what's it called? I've had worse. That's what it's called. Can spend a fate point to ignore a consequence on any attached free invokes until the end of the scene. So he's had worse than a stab wound. So it doesn't bother him.
So he doesn't.
He's doing fine.
Consequence.
No,
you can't invoke the 2 on the moderate one. I think is what he's saying.
Yes. Well, it wouldn't be 2 on the moderate. It would just be 1 because you always get 2.
Yeah,
David.
sorry. I meant +2.
Roll, yeah. But and you can't like invoke, like spend a fate point to invoke that consequence. But
so the one that he just got, he can't.
Yes, but he still is taking damage from you right now. So he is going to take his severe repeatedly. ... And and yeah, so basically any damage he takes now and he's out, but he has another stunt that he has here called Frenzy. When you've taken a severe consequence, take 2 turns instead of 1 when your turn order comes around until the end of the scene. So he goes into a soldier frenzy. This is his last line of action here, and he is going to he is going to grab Lynn. He's going to use fight to create a aspect here, and basically like subdue her and put his knife to her throat, basically. And he gets a 6. Lynn will defend with fight.
Yeah.
And gets a 7. But he's just going to use one of his boosts.
No.
Which is kind of irrelevant because all that happens is we create another aspect here. But been here. I'm gonna say deja vu for you, Jared.
I have deja vu stuff.
Oh, what the heck happened? There we go. Okay. So use one of the boosts there. But yeah, Lynn did good there. Almost called her Liz. Whoops. And I want to have a moment here before he takes his other turn of he just locks eyes with you, Jared.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you do? Like you could concede here, you could do anything of the sort. Or like you could do like a he gets away, he lets Lynn go kind of a thing. What would Jared do in this moment? That's really what I'm interested in, is the psychology of Jared after what happened to Becky that one time and how Lynn freaked out.
WWJD.
And
what would Jared do?
Yeah, what would Jared do? And the moment of Becky's now actually dead. And now you're in this zone, in this moment again of now it's Lynn who's got a weapon to her throat. Like, what is Jared's thought process here?
So if I were to concede, we'd do the he gets away, but Lynn lives.
Yes.
Okay. I think I'd concede that.
Okay.
That's all I've done every single combat thus far is concede.
To be totally fair, that sounds a little more like him conceding, if I'm honest, because he's losing, he's running away. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Yeah. I'm just saying, if Jared is the one conceding, he would have to be the one losing the fight, and
right, yeah.
So he would have to like give up if he was conceding or something, right? Because that's narratively the situation. There is he's holding a knife to her throat, unless he's trying to run away. He could use his first
turn to do that, and he could use his second turn to concede and be like, "Yo, I have your woman." So,
in which case, though, I feel like if Mark's conceding.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he takes Lynn with him, right?
Well, the concession would be that he lives, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't take my chances with that.
But that technically wouldn't be up to. It's like a conceding is like an agreed upon like scenario, right?
Yeah. Right. I mean, both parties have to understand or agree that it's reasonable.
It's just Jared would. The last thing you ever do is let the hostage go with the hostage taker.
Right.
It's like rule number 1.
Trying to decide if Mark wants to concede or if he wants to just.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's in a frenzy, isn't he? Isn't that the?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Okay. I think I think he's just going to attack her, but I wanted to get that moment of what's going on in Jared's head. Does Jared do like a drop my weapon, like don't kind of a thing?
Oh yeah, he's like during his second turn, like literally like going to put down his weapon.
So he doesn't put down his weapon?
I mean, it depends how much time theoretically the turn is.
You can do that. I'm giving us this like space here for just narrative flavor. Like,
yeah, it'd be like okay, like stop, like you can go.
Yeah, and I think like in his eyes, he kind of has like a glancing from door to door kind of can I escape kind of a thing. And then I think we get a Zhao at the end of book 1 moment where he just kind of like closes his eyes for a second, like he's been beaten, and then he just like gets super angry and opens his eyes and just has like his hand starts shaking, and I think you see Lynn just look at you, Jared, and just like a weak smile, like. No words. You're not quite sure what she means by it, but she just kind of gives you a weak smile. And I think Mark will just make an attack.
I hate you.
So that is going to end up being a 12 with both of his free invokes on against her. And he doesn't have his fate point anymore. and the other 2 people aren't in the scene. So that's his last fate point. So it's quite literally just up to this roll.
Mm-hmm.
She has a good fight, though, fortunately.
She does. So that is 7 damage that she's taking.
She can handle that.
She can't handle that.
She's a good girl.
That's like barely a scratch.
Well, I mean, it's probably at least a moderate, but you said 7 damage. It has to at least be a moderate, because the most that you could take on a minor would be 6.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at her character sheet right now, trying to figure out what the last fight she was in, because she has a mild and severe consequence filled in, and I'm trying to figure out if I filled that in because of the fight they were in, or if she got damage from the fight. I can't remember.
I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I was the only one who got like actively hit that didn't get eaten.
I can't remember, so I'm just going to take them off. That's fine. Yeah, moderate consequence. That's going to be stab ...
Mm-hmm.
And she'll take a 3 physical stress. Okay, so then it comes back around to your turn then, Jared.
I'm literally just going in for the kill.
Yep. All right, he's down for the count. He's dead. How do you do this?
Ooh,
what's this look like?
Like as he's going into like slit her throat, I'd like to imagine that like she like stomps him on the foot or like elbows him or something.
Yeah.
And gives me just enough opening to decapitate him.
Yeah. So we get another just slow-mo scene of just like Jared just running. How about you like drop one katana and just put both of your hands into the one and just take out his head? Yes. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah.
And like you see just like a little bit of her hair like get like sliced off.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh, doggy. All right. That's super awesome. What a sexy scene.
Make me the director of a movie.
All right. Okay, so that wraps up all of that. So Mark is dead. We see his head on the floor. I think we get a song here. I think like no, not like that. I think we either get like Closing In by Ruel, or we get like a
nice
like Lives from the Parasite soundtrack.
Ooh.
One of those two. Do you know exactly what song it is, Jared?
Dude, do you know how many times I watched Parasite?
Yeah, it's so good. And we just kind of go over like the wreckage. Like we see Mark's decapitated head. We see Clarence and Helen, their bodies crumpled on top of each other, bullet holes through their head. Mm-hmm. And we see like the flaming wreckage of the monster inside. Mm-hmm. And like we don't see like a giant body in there, which is ambiguous to see if did he just blow up or did he get away? Who knows? Not even me. And we see Adam and Gabby's like bloody mess bodies, and Becky's corpse that's just blood, and like the cracked glass in that room and everything like that. And then we cut back to you, Jared, and like Lynn. And I think like you're probably just hugging Lynn, right? Mm-hmm. And we see Liz kind of crawl over to Helen and Clarence's bodies and just is sobbing over them. And I think Alyssa probably goes over and tries to comfort Liz and like just try to like put a hand on Liz, and Liz just like throws it off and like doesn't want to be touched. And Alyssa just like sits down next to her and starts crying as well, thinking of Ryan and everything like that. And I think Mr. Lang is kind of just looking around, just like doesn't know what to do, just like looking down at the weapon in his hands, and he just like drops it. And I think we cut over to you four as well over there, right? And you have a moment of like, you open the door here, and like there's just another hallway, and you just keep walking. And I think Conor kind of gets a moment of like, he kind of just like grabs his chest and kind of just like puts a hand to the hallway. And Josh probably looks at you two and it's like, guys, Conor.
Wait, so you're saying Conor
you're like having a heart attack or something?
Like something's wrong with him?
He grabs his chest and just like puts a hand to the wall.
Oh. Yeah, we go over like, you all right? What's going on?
He's just like, lots happened.
And then I
just kind of
walk
breathing
around,
heavy.
I step around the corner and I'm like, half naked, look awesome. And you can see my awesome abs, obviously, in this universe.
Nice.
And
Caleb's like, who cares about Conor? Just look at my body.
No, but so I step around the corner and I say, so you just said, a lot's should happen. And I'm like, and a lot more needs to happen before this is over. I'm like, it's gone.
We still don't know that the scientist is dead either, right?
What's that?
I don't know that the scientist is dead yet.
No.
Like half of us don't, I think.
Yeah. So I would say at that point, we need to find Clarence and Helen, and we need to end this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that I think both parties can just kind of meet up. So there's like a door going like both directions there. I was just say a hallway kind of meets in between.
I want to search them, make sure the device isn't on them.
Okay. Gun isn't on who?
The device, the EMP.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But if I recall correctly, the EMP was only partially assembled, right?
Well, yeah, it was, but I want to make sure it's not on them still.
Right. Okay.
I don't think it is. I don't think it's anywhere to be seen.
Okay. That's a good sign, I guess.
What's that?
I said that's
You're really
either
quiet.
a good sign or a very. Oh, I'm sorry. It's either a good sign or a very bad sign.
Yeah. So I think, like you guys just like Caleb, David, you guys kind of come around the corner there, but then Jared, do you kind of gather up your people?
Mm-hmm. After we're like crying for a bit, I kind of like ushered them up.
On your feet, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
By nightfall, these hills will be crawling with Germans.
There you go.
Yeah. So, I think actually we get that moment where we get like everybody's kind of crying and stuff, and
like right after Gandalf dies.
Yeah. That kind of that's this moment, right? With a different soundtrack that I already described to you, lives from Parasite, and I think we get a moment of like like you guys, like the music kind of fades out and kind of fades back in with like some like low strings, like or like some high strings, I should say, like coming back up in volume. And Jared, you hear like a "this way, come on," and you hear some like boots on the tile.
Like Nazi boots.
Yeah. You can specifically tell like they're the Nazi brand.
Dude, they have like a specific squeak to them. I'm not crazy.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I've heard it before.
I know.
I agree.
Yeah, I also have watched movies, yes.
So what do you do?
I'd be like ushering around, like we gotta go.
All right.
We gotta go meet up with the others.
Do you tell us that they're dead?
We're not with.
Yeah. So you guys then come out of the hallway. So I think that's the only way that everybody just actually gets up. Is okay. There's an impending danger of Germans. Like,
yeah.
Let's get on the move. So you guys come around and you like meet in this hallway here.
I like try to like pull over like Josh and Caleb. I'm like, Helen and Clarence are gone.
What? No.
Mark got them.
Then that's it. We lost.
Conor looks at you guys and it's like, what? No. Not yet. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Weren't you whispering?
Did you not include Conor in that conversation?
I wasn't whispering, just like specifically Caleb and Josh, since Caleb's like the de facto leader, and I figured Josh would be the only, like, the de facto one to save the day in regards to tech.
So you're not including David and Conor in this conversation?
No, it wasn't a secret.
Yeah, you know what?
Okay.
I'm gonna take that back. I don't think I would have said that actually, because that was me as a player talking, not me as the character. Because the character, Conor and whoever else up front, like, we won up there apparently. So
no, you guys lost up there.
Oh, and then they made their yeah. I still don't think I would have said it like exactly like that. I would have been like, okay, so what do we do now? Are we disabling the nukes by ourselves? Is that something you can handle, Josh?
I'm sure Josh is like, I don't know. That could take.
Could you launch them?
I don't know.
What about the EMP? You could make that go off, right?
I don't know. I'd have to have specific like tools and specific. It depends on what's inside. I'm sure I could find something and make something.
The EMP wasn't on their body. I don't know where it is.
That's what I was just about to ask.
So David, your character should totally have said that before, and your character should say it again louder.
Yeah. Can you launch them?
We all look at you.
Dude, this is so good.
I mean,
where?
We could in the ocean. I mean,
the rockets. You just don't give them anywhere to land.
I don't know if
can rockets go into space.
They're meant to go. I mean, I guess it depends on the model, but I mean, these things are meant to go to other continents. They have enough fuel. They're aerodynamic. That's the point.
And then this is where Josh comes in with his science.
Yeah, I think Josh gives us some scientific exposition here and says that's not possible. We couldn't, like, it would, they would just fall back.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what Google has to say about that.
This is my favorite part of Orphans too, when we Google things to make Conor wrong about
when we
Google things that get us put on FBI watch lists.
And then nuke go to space.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, like, you'd need like a specialized one. But at most, they'd just like, I think, go into the atmosphere and stay in orbit for a while, but they'd like come down and explode, or they'd explode in the atmosphere, which would be probably really bad too. But we could always go back in character. We could launch it into the ocean, or at Germany. But
yeah, so I probably say, wouldn't launching into the ocean cause more radiation problems? Or not enough to matter at this point?
I mean, yes, but I mean, 4 probably not going to be a big deal after a nuclear apocalypse.
Okay. Yeah, I think that seems like the best option. We just launch them into the ocean.
And I think Conor takes a step forward and says, no, I liked your other idea, Jared.
Oh, he liked my half sarcastic idea. I'm like, Conor, I'm sorry. Those like morbid humor. I don't think we should. There are innocent people there.
Absolutely not.
And he just kind of says, "Oh, I see." And then I think we hear German boots coming around the corner.
We hear the distinct squeak.
Yeah, the distinct, like like when you bite into like a fresh cheese curd.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But like definitely a German cheese.
Yeah, like
yes.
Dude,
why do you think cheese curds sound like that? There's Germans all moved to Wisconsin. Telling you. It's a conspiracy. I'm not crazy.
Okay. So I think we can get a shot of like you guys running, right? You guys all just like running through the halls, trying to figure out what you guys are doing. Right? Yep. But also like running from the Germans.
Yeah.
And I think make a notice roll altogether, I think.
That entire sequence.
1962, we launched a nuke into space. So these definitely can get to space.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying they can't get into space. I'm saying the average one wouldn't be built to do that.
But that's what I mean is if in 1962 a nuke could get into space, then why wouldn't these we don't want it to go off.
Why would they all be built to do that?
Yeah. Like we haven't been able to send like anything significant. We haven't done that since like we used to.
But that's what I'm saying. Is like
I'm cool with that being an answer if you guys spend a fate point to say that's true.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I don't think they built a nuclear bomb to go to space. They just shot one into space. Like what would you have to do special?
Sure, no, yeah. Rockets are one thing.
Like
rockets
getting something into
that's what a nuke is.
Right, but there are different kinds of rockets, and rockets that are built specifically to break through Earth's gravity are harder and more expensive.
Legitimately, like hundreds, if not thousands, of different types.
It would be harder to get a nuclear rocket off the ground than it would be once it's really high in the air to get it out of the atmosphere.
No, that's not how that works at all.
It's less. Yeah, it's further.
No,
from
there's
the center of gravity.
There's a certain threshold where you have
there's an escape velocity. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, why wouldn't it be able to reach that?
All right, we got to Google this now.
I guess this is all that matters.
We should move on. You guys can try to figure this out later.
Escape velocity.
What's the velocity of an African swallow?
Oh, this is a more math formula, not a number. I just want a number. Oh, here we go. 11,186. Is that meters per second? It looks like.
But yeah, I mean, we can just spend a paper.
Yeah, go ahead.
Decide that or not.
But yeah, y'all should get to the nukes first.
Yeah,
fair. So during this whole running sequence, I think like I am incredibly like disheartened, because I just keep thinking back to the fact that I promised Clarence and Helen I was going to get them back there.
Right.
Yeah.
And like the issue is like I just wasn't able to even be there, and that's really frustrating because I feel like if I would have been there, I know, but like from the very beginning, right? It's my fault because I failed the will test at the very beginning to like not because I got separated from them and I didn't want to do that in the first place. So yeah.
Yep.
Said notice, Connor.
I think notice to figure out where the nukes are, right? Just make a group notice check. Difficulty 6.
And add everyone.
Yeah.
So add like 7. Because there are 7 of us still.
Just add the player characters, I think.
What am I adding?
And for a notice roll?
Yeah.
2, you said?
What's that?
2, you said?
Yeah, adding 2, yeah. Difficulty 6.
Okay. 7.
Boom. Okay, so I think you guys like run through a specific room, and I think David, like you like do a double take and stop, and you're like, guys, and everybody like comes back, and there's just like this big like I don't know, like viewing window basically, into where the nukes are,
like a hangar bay with nuclear missiles.
And there's some like red lights going off. There's like stuff going on inside the room with the nukes.
Are there scientists and stuff running around?
No.
Oh, okay.
They're well, not inside the building of inside the room with hangar, the nukes, but like the control room. There are scientists in. Yes.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Okay, we break into the control room, I guess.
Okay. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say they're locked in there, right? So try to make some sort of roll or try to go around or something like that solve this issue. I'm going to say that it's on lockdown basically.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I go up to the comm, like on the outside of the door, which I assume is there. Like a little button I can press to like talk to the people inside.
Sure. Yeah.
And I speak in a German accent. And I try to imitate Mark's voice.
Okay.
Is there like a camera or something that they could see me?
Yeah, there's a window that you guys looked through.
It's gonna be funny when Mark's in there.
That's fair. Well, Mark's dead, right?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, right. He ran away. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
No. You decapitated Mark.
Oh. Yeah. Duh.
Yeah, I got that confused. There was talk of.
I get them confused.
Yeah,
I get Mark and Matthew confused.
Man, yeah, and I'm not wearing a shirt. Yeah, I don't know how I'm trying to like talk to them about something, but like I don't.
Can they see you from there?
I assume so, right? Conor, they can probably see us from here, right?
Yes. Well, you guys can see them.
So the assumption is they can see us.
Well, yeah. It wouldn't be a viewing window into the control room, right? Like there'd be no reason to have a one-way viewing window into the control room.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That would be silly. Man, I don't know what I could say as a shirtless man that could convince them to open the door. Any ideas?
You still have your jacket, right?
I guess. You
can put your jacket back on.
Like without a tank top, it's not cool.
Okay. Caleb's the guy who doesn't wear certain helmets in like video games or certain armor in video games if it doesn't look cool. Mm-hmm. Like it doesn't matter if the stats are better.
True about me. Yeah.
Yep. So if Caleb doesn't look cool, he's not wearing a shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I guess I'm just gonna try to rely on quickness, and I'm just gonna basically say like, "It's me. It's Mark. Open the door," and just try to say it quickly enough that someone's gonna like panic and like go open the door.
Sure. Okay.
They think about it.
So this would be your large ham, right?
Yes.
Or no, that's
not large ham.
All the world's a stage. Yeah.
Difficulty.
What kind of roll is that? A rapport roll?
Rapport, yeah.
Add a +1 because I am going to give you a +1 with my rapport, and my defense. I'm going to give you German tips.
Sweet.
Like Venus
German tips.
Yeah.
That's so ridiculous.
It's hard. You let it happen once, and we've abused it ever since.
Yep, I've learned my lesson. I have to learn too many lessons with Jared. There are too many things I can't let you have, which you then complain about that you can't have because you abuse them.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Welcome to my life, Conor.
It's just a vicious cycle. Yeah. So. Difficulty 5. They can see you. Oh, jeez, Caleb.
Really
you have
bad.
Such a good.
I got a -4.
Natural -4. So you got a 2.
I mean, you have fate points.
Yeah, I'll.
Yep, you could definitely reroll
on the weight of the world on our shoulders. Like I don't have time for this to fail.
Yeah.
Like this has to succeed. And I'll go ahead and roll that again. Yeah, what did your difficulty you said?
5.
5.
So it should be easy peasy for you.
Okay. 4, and I'll spend my last fate point. It's fine. This is important.
Yep.
On if nobody starts, others cannot follow.
Okay.
Right. If I don't even get in this door, the rest of my companions are not coming in behind me. Very literal.
Okay.
There it goes. So I get a 6.
I think I want to spend a fate point on I was meant for a life somewhere else.
No.
Darn.
So somebody else can spend a fate point.
No, I'm gonna spend my invoke on Twinkle Toes.
Hey.
I was stealthy enough coming up here that they don't know that it's like a whole big group of people. They're just like
can't quite see you.
Yeah.
Can't quite tell it's not you.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Conor spends his other fate.
Suck it.
No. Nope, that's it.
All right, nice.
Very good.
Cool. Awesome. So yeah, someone just like buzzes me in without even realizing it. And honestly, I gotta be honest, I think we just go in shooting. Right?
Really?
Well, like I don't know if there's going to be some people inside with guns, right? Like I'm not just going to walk in and be like, "Hey guys, we're taking over," and then get shot.
This is the Last of Us scene, bro.
Like, does that make sense to you guys? Like,
Yeah,
I feel like all
so.
the gloves are off at this point.
That was
like,
my expectation.
I mean, we might want to keep people who know how to.
Sure, yeah.
I
mean,
maybe we can keep some scientists alive.
Yeah, but like I honestly think I just go in there with my revolver and I just start shooting people.
Sounds like a plan.
Like I'm probably gonna regret it later. Like, but like in the moment, it's just like we have to do this.
From experience, you won't regret it later. It'll be fine.
Wait till you see the experience paycheck. Yeah. Okay. I think make just like a static difficulty roll like we did before.
Actually, you know what I'm gonna do instead? Actually, I will very quickly escalate to shooting, but I think the very first thing I would do is try to roll intimidate with large ham to like pull out my gun and tote it and just be like, everyone on the floor now, like that sort of thing.
Okay, sure. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead and walk in.
Difficulty. To like intimidate them into compliance.
I have more than one provoke. I think I got +2. If you want
I
to roll
have one provoke if you want to roll another.
Can I add there too? Because we're all just toting weapons as we walk in.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Difficulty 4.
Boom, 7.
There you go.
Get on the floor.
Okay. All right, all the scientists just get on the floor. They're all working on stuff, and they just put up their hands and get down. And I think the lead scientist is like, "You don't understand. We need to be doing this right now. You're gonna kill us all."
I'm like, we will if you don't shut up. Answer one question. But you can answer one. But you can answer one question. But you can answer one question. What are you talking about?
He like looks out at the nukes and he says, "They're leaking radiation. This whole place is unstable.
Launch them into the ocean. Now."
What?
Now.
And I
get rid of them.
I think what happens is
also I assume that we filed in and shut the door behind us.
Yeah. Have Josh lock the door with the computer.
Like jam like just break the electronic lock entirely.
Yeah, so I think as Josh is trying to do that, a whole slew of German soldiers come through and he like closes the door like just in time. And then all these German soldiers just like file up in the viewing window and just start looking at you guys.
I am not paying attention to them. I am just focused on the scientists. I'm like, launch them now.
I think he's like arguing with you and he's like, "That's going to take time. You don't understand the process." Okay. Yeah. I think you shoot him in the foot. I think make some sort of like provoke roll here.
Yeah. Right, because I provoked him to get down before, but now I'm provoking him to.
Actually, I think this is just narrative flavor. I think you shoot him in the foot. No. I want you to roll empathy.
Why?
Just roll empathy.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying empathy to do what I was just about to do, but you're just
no.
I was like, what? That's so.
Yeah,
weird.
you're feeling his foot.
I got 2.
Okay. I think you fail. I didn't give you a difficulty, but I was going to make it bigger than a 2.
Kind of help. So, oh well.
I think that you shoot him in the foot, and he's like, "You don't understand. It's going to take more time." And you don't believe him. Like you think he's just lying.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's pretty much defenseless, so I just like push him aside and I say, "Josh, here, right now."
Okay, yeah. I think Josh wanders over and all the German soldiers start shooting at the bulletproof glass window.
Yeah, I'm expecting that. And
Conor, right before they start shooting the window, I go up to it and I like stick my hand up like that, and then I do like the fish, like the reeling the fish
the
thing,
crane,
and then it's my middle finger,
with the middle finger, So when they start firing into the bulletproof glass, I literally just like I just yell at everyone quick. I'm like, do not pay attention to that. Pay attention to this. Like we cannot, like, if they come in here, we're all dead. So like we have to do the mission and we have to do it now. And like it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Like a cadre of soldiers. I don't know how we survive that. So we just have to launch the nukes as quickly as possible.
Yep. I think that Mr. Lang is like, guys, you should come take a look at this.
Someone take a look at that.
I take a look at it.
Okay. So Jared, you walk over.
I'm trying to like coerce scientists into like launching the nukes right now. So
Mr. Lang shows you this vial that says radiation virus. And it's like
it probably says the more fancy scientific name for radiation virus.
Yeah.
Very honest labeling.
Yep. And he's like, I think that this is what Luke made. I think this is what he used on the monster and what he used on that city that David went to. I think this is it.
Try to aerosol it out the door onto them.
That's literally what I was literally just about to spend a fate point.
Yep.
No, back up. We established this is what he used on the guy that we had to blow up the bomb. Don't make 20 of them, please.
Oh, that's fair.
No. So what you guys understand from it is that, well, I guess what you guys can infer from, you know what? Roll lore. I'm not just going to tell you stuff.
I mean,
you guys can assume wrong stuff if you want.
I'd assume that since he's the only buff one that exists.
Yeah. Are you willing to take the risk that this isn't the buff vial?
I mean, hey, if it is, that gets rid of the nukes. That takes care of the nuke problem.
What are you talking about? No, it doesn't.
Well, because we all die in this room, including the scientists.
Yeah.
They'll literally just tear up the entire facility, including the nukes.
I mean, the question is, will they do that fast enough? And I mean, if they just tear up the nuke, it's already leaking. It just will leak harder, and we'll still all die.
Yeah.
You want to just wipe to black and hope they do the job? Like that doesn't seem like that never goes well.
What an end! What an end that would be.
Watch the bad guy die, otherwise he comes back in the next scene. Come on.
Unless you die with him, then you'll never know.
Well, I mean, that's true.
I say we aerosol it out the window, out the door.
I don't even know that. I mean, how would we do that? There'd have to be some kind of way to aerosol built into the door.
I don't know. I just think it'd be fun.
Send me out there with it, and I'll just throw it on the ground.
And I threw
Happy
it
birthday
on
the ground. And as I'm dying, my last words will be, "My dad's not a cell phone."
Yeah, I mean, so this is like end game moment here. So I think what should happen is me and Josh are trying to get the scientists / him to just like launch the nukes. Or at the very least, to get them to tell us what's wrong, right?
Well, they tried telling you that, and then you shot him at the foot.
It sounded like he was stalling, but okay.
Yeah, it sounds like you're. It definitely sounds like he was stalling with that 2 empathy roll.
Yeah.
We should just find out where they were going to launch the nukes, because
I want Josh to come over here and like take a look at the computer and be like, what is actually going on with this right now? Like, what are the readings saying? And then have Jared and David try to like deal with the soldiers and whatever one that want to do it.
I go up to David and I'm like, I hold out my hand for rock, paper, scissors. I'm like, who wants to go out there with the vial?
I am legend style.
Why don't we just go out there with guns?
I start. How many are there?
We don't know.
Oh, there's a window.
Is there?
Yeah.
I mean, if there's a window, why aren't they shooting through it?
You can't see an end to them.
But I mean, it doesn't matter. It's a doorway. They only fit so many guys through a doorway.
Yeah, but they can still shoot into the room at everyone else.
I mean, only the first couple rows of people if the first row ducks. Otherwise, they'll just be shooting each other in the back.
Doesn't sound like the tactical thing to do in this situation.
Mechanically, that's a very dangerous situation if they get in.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see how more than 4 people could make an attack at once physically through a doorway. But
grenades.
One person could do that. That has nothing to do with how many there are.
They're destroying the bulletproof glass like you guys did before. That's what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
Right. How big is the door? Maybe I'm misunderstanding something here.
No, so the main issue is that the door is probably normal. They're shooting through the bulletproof glass, and once that shatters, they will literally just fire on everyone in the room.
Okay.
Because there's like a big viewing window.
I mean, I'm totally up for David and I just going out there and having Josh close the door behind us.
I thought they were shooting at the door.
No, the window is different from the door.
They're shooting at the window.
There's like a big...
No,
the
window.
There's a big viewing window.
I feel like I heard you say shooting at the door like 4 times, but okay.
No.
In that case, yeah, I mean, just throw it. Probably go out there.
Open the door and throw the vial out there. So the vial won't work like that.
Yeah, I figured.
I'm glad you gave us that tidbit.
We don't have a method of making it work any other way where we are, so it's sort of irrelevant.
I spend a fate point.
You can make fate. Yeah,
yeah. I spend a fate point that Luke left literally a weapon to an aerosolization weapon.
An aerosolization weapon,
basically like a gas gun.
Aerosolized, a gas.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Spend that fate point.
Yeah. Like
on what though?
His what were Luke's? Oh no, we knew one of Luke's things. Where's his character?
Shouldn't you just be able to spend it on that big brain dough? This is literally the same thing, right?
That's very true.
You respect technology and people who make it. So
yeah, I'm just looking around the room and then I see Luke. I remember I see Luke's like little smoke grenade launcher and I get a flashback to our fight at the train. I'm like, oh.
Yep.
Like, I do it.
So you put the vial into a weapon then, and open the door and shoot it out.
Just conveniently fits a vial because
I hand it to Dave because he can shoot. I'm like getting all ready to do it. I'm like, wait a minute, and then I hand it to David. I'm like, you do it.
So to be clear, we pick up this gas gun and there's just insert vial here on the yeah.
Dude, Conor, it's Luke. He's the smartest guy in the entire world.
Standardized German beakers. It's fine.
We got it.
German standardization.
Dude, I'm telling you, America just refuses to use the metric unit. Everything would be so much better.
Yeah, except for the fact that millions of adults would have to become bilingual overnight, basic functionally.
Yeah, most adults don't even know our unit measuring system.
Yeah, Conor, can you confirm
so you make it worse.
This is just a thing?
This is just a thing?
Yeah, you can just insert vial here and now they just shoot that.
With it being a gas grenade, heck no.
Okay.
That definitely doesn't make any sense. I was thinking of a very particular weapon.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That you aerosol it out.
Yeah.
Sure,
so
that.
You spray it at them.
Jared says, sure that.
Okay, but
I was just trying to bring a call back to the cool weapon you made for your character.
The unfortunate thing about an aerosol is that it's not going to go very far. You can't aerosol things without risking inhaling it yourself.
I mean, you have gas masks.
Yes, I mean, sure, why not?
And you could always just tape down the trigger and just throw it out. It would be like a super soaker thing with the nozzle.
All right, that's a better plan. If we have time for that, I don't know. Okay.
I spent a fate point. We have fate point time.
So you spend a fate point to have the aerosol weapon.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna have three different things all hanging on the end here of how they're going to resolve, I think.
Okay.
But I think I would like to try and resolve one, maybe. So Jared, how do you want to use this weapon?
I give it to David to shoot because I can't shoot.
And David, what's the idea here?
I mean, apparently we're just gonna throw it out into the room with the trigger tape down.
Okay.
What's in this room?
What's in this room is a bunch of like computers and control panels and all that stuff.
Okay. Are there any like
you look around the room?
I'm just trying to find something I could use as a shield to give myself a believable reason to go out there and not die instantly. Besides the fact that this is fate and I could just dodge them all somehow.
You can just borrow Lynn's shield, my shield that Lynn has.
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay.
I mean, that's just narratively, right? I mean, that's not going to give you a +2 armor bonus or whatever, but.
Or I could take my shields back and then get my own for one scene. Have my character sheet.
Nope. Absolutely
my character
not.
sheet is based on the weapon.
Nope.
It's like
nope. Vetoed. Vetoed. Hard no.
I tried.
Anyways, sorry, what were we talking about? Right. Okay. So yeah, I basically just want an excuse to be able to use my athletics and not just be instantly killed because it doesn't make sense otherwise. So I mean, I guess I'll just go outside. I feel like that's the only way this makes sense.
So they're shooting at the glass. They're like almost breaking through, and David, you're just like, press the button.
Slip on my gas mask and like, all right, you probably want to close the door pretty quick.
So you open it up and throw it out there, and then have them close the door right away, or are you walking out there and staying out there?
I'm just gonna go out there. Because I mean, if I just throw it out there, this one's just gonna take the tape off in a second, and then it'll have done nothing. The only problem is, do we know how fast?
Right now?
Do we know how fast acting this is? Like, am I gonna spray them in like 12 days? They'll turn into zombies.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Spend a fate point to make it instant.
I'm probably gonna need that fate point.
Oh, dude, the session's almost over.
Wait, I don't have one anymore. Oh, I do still have one.
Yeah.
Okay,
Caleb, do you want to give your face mask to Jared, and then Jared can go out too?
Sure, out of mine. Yeah.
Okay.
I
don't know what good having me out there is going to do, but okay.
It would have been really useful.
Well, I won't need the gas mask.
I was asking. I mean, it's like that's something you could do, Jared.
I mean, I assume David's just shooting it off and then coming back in, right? Is that what the assumption is?
I mean, yeah.
You guys got to talk strat. I don't know.
Yeah, the only downside here is that I don't know how long it takes to work, so I can't just walk out there and be like flamethrower because it might not do that. So I think in that case, I am just going to risk them just turning it off, and I'm just going to like basically. I don't know if there's like a safety on the gun, but I'm basically just going to try and tie the trigger down and then, flip the safety on it and throw it out while wearing the gas mask, of course. So that, if nothing else, it'll just buy us some time because they'll be like, oh no, there's gas. So for now, I'll just do that because we've lingered on this for a while. So yeah, I just grab the electrical tape or something and tie the trigger down, open the door and toss it out.
Okay. Yeah. I think a couple of people like get in as you do that. And I think like Josh just like presses the button again and the door just like closes on them.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then the gas just starts like leaking all over the place. And I think the soldiers are like hey, what's that? What's that? And they're like, that's the gas. That's and like some of them like start grabbing at their faces and like pulling at it and like everybody's coughing and wheezing. Some people are still shooting at the glass though, and the glass starts to crack a little bit.
Yeah, I turn to the others. I'm like, you might want to get your masks on. That breaks. We're all gonna be breathing the same thing.
I don't think we have
hand
anymore,
me the electrical tape. I start plugging the holes in the glass with tape.
I mean, that's legitimately like, what do you guys do? Like,
I am frantically trying to get any information out of these scientists to figure out.
Yeah, so let's cut over to you, Caleb. Let's cut over. So what have you been doing while this has been going on?
Yeah, basically I'm working with Josh and whoever else, right? Will actually listen to me. Out of any of the reasonable scientists, and just trying to get them to tell me what is going on and how we can fix it.
Yeah, so I think
make a rapport roll to just calm everyone down to like, so they'll talk sense.
Sure. Yeah.
Cool. Sorry, I didn't ask you for the difficulty, but I got a 6.
Yeah, you succeed. So everybody calm down. And like the scientists all kind of look at you, except for the guy who's on the ground holding his foot. He's
yeah, that's fine. I don't care about him.
Yep. Okay. So like another scientist. Yeah.
One of you tell me what's wrong.
A woman says, the nukes are unstable.
Luke? So can we launch them? Just to get them out of the way.
We should be able to.
Then do it.
It'll take time. And you don't believe that.
So I turn around and I point at the bulletproof glass that's like breaking. I'm like, you have exactly as long as it takes for that to break. Go.
Right. Yep. So I think like they turn to start working on it. And then you hear a gunshot.
From inside here?
From inside here.
Where? Who?
And everybody turns and looks and sees Conor, who just shot one of the screens and had pushed aside one of the scientists. And a countdown starts.
I shoot Conor. And
with that, we will wait until the next session to see what happens. That's our cliffhanger.
Dang. Boy. Yeah, that's fine.
He's gripping his shoulder like, I was just making a burrito.
Okay. Let's do our after show.
After show, yeah.